Jennifer and Alpha for joining us this evening and for your flexibility in sharing your knowledge and your experience. We truly appreciate your willingness to support the NAN early learning and childcare workforce and your dedication to supporting our workforce and helping us to grow that workforce. For tonight's session, we just want to bring together the representatives from the Ontario ECE Grant Program and Oshki Wenjack and Anishinaabe Aski Nation Early Years, just to provide an overview of the Ontario ECE Grant Program, but also the educational supports available through Oshki Wenjack in regards to applying and funding and everything else in between. And then also just supporting that educational journey through different avenues. We just want to say thank you. I'm very nervous. I am very new at this presenting, so I want you to bear with me. But thank you so much, and we'll let Jennifer begin.
Perfect. That was a great introduction, by the way.
Thank you.
I will share my screen so that you can see my presentation. Okay, is that good? Does everyone see that main page?
Yep.
Yes, I see it.
Okay, perfect. I'm using speaker's notes off of another laptop, so also bear with me that might be a little tricky. Just at any time, if you have any questions, feel free to use the chat or cut in and I can clarify anything. So welcome to Ontario's Early Childhood Educators Qualifications Upgrade Program. Our presentation. My name is Jennifer Gerva. I've been working for the Grants Assistance Program at the North Bay Regional Health Center for 10 years, and I'm excited to be here today to speak about our program and provide you with the information to help assist you with your journey to ECE. In today's presentation, I'll be discussing program successes and testimonials, who can take advantage of our education grant program, how you can receive help with tuition fees to complete your ECE education and career path, help that's available while completing your studies, how to complete a profile and submit an application, documents that are required when submitting your application, followed by a Q&A segment. The objective of the Early Childhood Educators Qualifications Upgrade Program is to financially support individuals working within childcare sector to obtain an early childhood education diploma and become eligible to apply for membership with the College of Early Childhood Educators. We have a short video here. You might need to turn up your volume, but it should be okay.
I had previous experience in daycares, but I did a lot of different things. I took child and youth work, got my psychology BA, and then I actually ended up going to teachers college. So I had this long journey to make my way here. And then finally, I just applied for the grant, did the ECE program, alternate delivery, and I just fell in love with it. And I thought, why wasn't I here in the first place? Because, in hindsight, it would have been the perfect field for me to start my career. But everyone has their journey, right? So when you have this kind of program to help you, then just take advantage of it. I had previous
successes and reaches. Throughout the past few years, our program has implemented several improvements to assist Indigenous students in overcoming the challenges they encountered while pursuing their post-secondary ECE education. So we have improved employment eligibility. So in order to address the shortage of licensed RECEs within Indigenous communities, we reduced the employment eligibility criteria from 12 months to 1 day for all Indigenous applicants. We also increased the travel allowance. So in addition to providing applicants with a travel reimbursement based on the kilometers traveled, we also reimburse hotel accommodations as well as a $45 a day meal allowance for individuals who have to travel over 100 kilometers to their campus in order to pursue in-class studies. Documents are now accepted from Indigenous educational institutions. We accept those now instead of the accredited colleges, just to make the process easier and quicker for applicants. We have an Indigenous experience survey. This is something that we're committed to acknowledging applicants' feedback to improve our program and using it to evolve according to applicants' needs and demands. After submitting an application, you'll be asked to submit a survey about your experience. We do review them on a monthly basis, so we really take into consideration what is needed from applicants. Why obtain your ECE diploma? Reasons to complete your diploma in early childhood education provides the following opportunities: a higher salary grid, membership with the College of Early Childhood Educators, and opportunities to further your education. Eligibility. In order to be eligible, you must be employed, past or present, in an eligible childcare setting, be enrolled or accepted into a recognized college in Ontario, and live and or work in Ontario. In order to be eligible to receive funds, an individual must have 1 day of employment in any of these childcare settings. Also note, an individual can have any role or position within these childcare settings. For example, cleaning staff, lunchroom supervisor, support staff, or secretary. So there's publicly funded or private schools, licensed or unlicensed home childcare, curriculum-linked school programming, other formal early learning childcare and child family programs, early on and family programs, Indigenous-led child and family programs, federally funded First Nation programs. So here are the grants that are available to all applicants. We have the education grant. This covers full-time or part-time tuition fees for if you're pursuing in-class or online ECE program. So we cover 100% of the tuition fees with a maximum of $3,100 per semester, which is usually sufficient. And then we also have the travel grant. This is available to assist education grant recipients with daily commute expenses to attend in-class sessions and in order to complete the placement component of the program. Students who are required as part of the program to live away from home for the duration of their in-class session are also eligible to receive a reimbursement for their hotel accommodations, meal allowances. Also, we provide, if you have to fly, we'll cover the flight. If you're driving, we also cover that per kilometers traveled. I'll go into those details in the next few slides. We also have a training allowance. This is available to all recipients and it's on an automatic assessment. This is to help assist education grant recipients with living expenses and other costs while pursuing their diploma. All approved education grant recipients are automatically assessed. So right now it's $300 per course per semester. If you take just one course per semester, it's $500. And if you are no longer working or taking a leave of absence from work to go do full-time studies, it's $5,000 for full-time students. Don't stress about paying your tuition ahead of time. Our program offers sponsorship opportunities. This is when your fees are paid directly to the college by the ECE Grants program. If you prefer that your tuition is paid directly to the college, select sponsorship on the application form. Submit your request for sponsorship prior to the beginning of your semester. This allows us to process your application before tuition fees are due. You may be required to pay a deposit as part of your registration into the program. Submit the receipt along with your grant application in order to be reimbursed. Travel grant details. Travel funding is available for required in-class sessions, which include the following: hotel reimbursement, travel reimbursement, and meal allowance. We understand that attending required in-class sessions often involves traveling by car or plane and staying in a hotel for a week's time. We understand that when you're applying for funding, you may not have your flights or hotels booked yet. And if that's the case, don't worry. We often I'll go into more details, but we just need the Oshki calendar to know the dates that you're traveling, and then we'll do those calculations ourselves. Based on the travel dates in the calendar, we'll approve an estimated amount for your travel expenses. Once you've booked your travel, your hotel, or your travel or hotel, you can submit your flight itinerary and hotel confirmation showing the amounts, and we'll update your funding based on the actual costs. To be reimbursed, you must submit the following: the flight itinerary. So this is in order to be reimbursed. So you've already been approved for the funding, and we're holding it for you. In order to receive that money into your bank account, we would need the flight itinerary showing the cost of the flight and travel dates, hotel booking confirmation showing the cost and the date of check-in and check-out. If you plan to stay with friends or family instead of a hotel, you would also qualify for a $45 a day reimbursement. So you get the meal allowance of $45 a day, and if you're not staying in a hotel and staying with friends, you'd still get also another $45 a day. Applicants are automatically eligible for a meal allowance if traveling more than 100 kilometers to attend class. No documents are required for this funding. That's just something that's calculated. So here's an example of the Oshki calendar that we need when you submit your application. If they want to provide us with that by email, or to me by email, we can also add it to applications ourselves. It's just so that we have a general idea of your travel dates. My notes here. Yes, so this is the general information that we need. Here's another example of supporting documents that we accept. So we do have the intent of enrollment from Canadore College. I just uploaded that just in case you wanted to see what an intent of enrollment looked like. The hotel confirmation booking, see how it has the dates, and then also the total amount. And then we have the transcripts that we accept from Oshki now, that we don't need from Canadore. It can come from Oshki. You'll notice the middle document, the hotel stay, it doesn't show that it was paid. It's just that it's been booked. So once you do stay in the hotel and you check out and they give you a receipt, that's what we need as the proof of payment. We can reimburse that to you after you've stayed. Like, we'd already give you the funding, we just need to confirm that it was paid. Preparing to submit your application. Here's a list of helpful tips to review prior to submitting your application. All documents must be in PDF or JPEG format. Due to our online application, Word documents or other formats can't be uploaded. Your first and last name must be on all submitted documents, even the hotel stays and the travel. All documents must have first and last name. The print on the document must be large and clear enough to be read. With our online program, our online application, that's not usually a huge problem anymore. It just depends on the size of the document when uploaded. We can zoom in now that it's on our screens, but sometimes when you zoom in, it gets a little blurry. Refrain from submitting duplicate copies of your application and supporting documents. So this is a big one. Lots of people submit an application and then realize they're missing their documents, or they want to submit their transcript once they have their grades, and they create another application. So we want one application for the entire semester. Any changes that have to be made or added in that application is done in that. The only time you submit a new application is for a new semester. Ensure you apply only during open application dates. So if you apply too early, you will get a denial letter saying your application is too early. It's listed on our website. We also have a newsletter, and we post it on our social media as well. For the fall semester, we'll begin accepting applications as of August 10th for first-time applicants. Required Required supporting documents. When submitting an application, ensure you have the following documents. So we will need a letter from your employer with your start date, position, and site location. Your letter must be on letterhead, signed, and dated. If you're no longer working, you can submit a record of employment as well, showing your start date. We also need a document from the college confirming your enrollment, along with your tuition fees for the semester and courses or timetable as previously reviewed. So that calendar is sufficient. We also accept documents from your institution, or we also have an intent of enrollment document found in the application that the college can fill out. If you have to pay a deposit, you can submit your proof of payment for your deposit, or if you want to pay your tuition ahead of time, just submit that proof of payment. We'll reimburse you directly. And then the college in-class calendar. Again, your first and last name must be on all of these documents in order to be acceptable. All right, I will now touch base with our new portal. This is where you'll submit your application, and I'll just show you how to log in and everything like that. So this is the first page of our website. You'll see at the top corner, portal login. This is where you go. You'll also see the status update on our main page. So that's, again, where you go for this information. If you're a previous applicant or you've already filled out a profile, you'll go to the left-hand side if you've already created a profile. If it's the first time you've ever logged into the portal, you'll create a profile. So once you create a profile with your email, you'll get this notification to go to just to verify your account. Once it's verified, you'll get into the profile section. So you have to fill out all of this information before you can submit an application. So you'll see applicant information. There's a tab for education information and employment information. Once you fill out these three, and another tab will appear that shows banking information. So we'll need your social insurance number and your bank account information. Once it's all filled in, at the top right-hand side, you'll get a box that appears that says submit an application, and you can do ECE grant after that. I'm going to skip over the part of the application because it's just boxes, yes or no. Once you have to upload your employment letter, and then another section you have to upload your tuition fees and your proof of enrollment into the semester. After that's all the boxes have been checked in, you hit next at the bottom where the circle is, and then after you've signed it, you hit submit. You'll also see on the left-hand side here, my applications. So if you click on that, it'll show you a list of all of your applications. My profile is where you entered all that information. We suggest looking over the profile section before submitting an application because everything you've put in the profile will populate into the application itself, and nothing can be changed in the application once it's created. So the profile is where you make the changes. And then messages is where you'll get any message from us, any letters or correspondence will also go there. We email you as well, so you'll get a notification by email saying you have a letter to go read, and this is where you have to go read it. And then once we receive your application, you'll see in the My Application section, it says submitted. That's your status. Submitted means we received it. Once we review your application and your documents, you'll get a notification right away saying agreement pending, meaning you've been approved, or incomplete information means we're missing something. You'll get that by email as well. It tells you a list of things that we need if there's anything that's required in order to approve you. Now we are open for questions. I'm just going to go to the next page 1 second. Connect with us. So here's our email and our phone number. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and we have a lot of YouTube videos to help with the application process as well. But if we want to go to questions now, you can unmic yourself or chat. Okay, I see the chats. Okay, so do you want to save questions till the end, or did you want to do ECE questions now, just because you're recording?
We can always just go to Alpha now, and then we can save the end for questions.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay.
Hello everyone. My name is Alpha Paul. I'm telling about myself for those who just joined in, maybe in the meeting. So I am Early Childhood Education Program Coordinator at Oshki Wenjack Education Institute. Also with me, I have our two amazing people who help support the students throughout the admission process. You can see Lyndon Baboose, he's our Recruitment and Financial Aid Officer, and Aidan Summerfield, our Recruitment Support and Certified Proctor for our mature student tests. Together, we work closely with applicants to answer questions, support the application process, explore funding options, and help students take the next step towards their education goals. I'll just share my presentation with you. Yeah. So I know all those who are here, you are already interested in ECE program. And before we begin, let's just walk through why ECE and how does it matter to us. Our children deserve educators who understand their culture, language, community, and strengths. Through ECE, you can help nurture the next generation while maintaining strong connections to your community and identity. I would say why choose Oshki Wenjack? Because we deliver our program through flexible learning. Our Oshki delivery model allows you to study while staying connected to your home and community. We also offer cultural connection by giving you various experiences on our campus when we bring in traditional practices, knowledge from our elders, and bring it together in our classrooms. Lastly, we do provide you practical placement, which is part of education ECE program training. This program is spread across 2 years, including 5 semesters, out of which we do placement for 14 weeks, which is towards the end of the whole program, semester 4 and semester 5. After this diploma, you become eligible to be a registered early childhood educator, and we are still accepting applications for September 2026 ending. This is my favorite page. I really wanted to include a few photos so you can see what learning looks like in our program. Students participate in classroom learning, cultural activities, community-based experiences, and hands-on learning opportunities. These experiences help prepare students for meaningful work with children and families. However, the pictures that you see, which are outdoor pictures, they are not on our campus, but we do arrange outdoor opportunities for our students to be in nature and engage meaningfully. One thing that makes Oshki unique is the support available to students. We offer academic and wellness support, connections to community resources, and cultural support. We are also fortunate to have our elder Brenda Mason on campus who provides traditional teachings, guidance, and mentorship to students throughout their educational journey. I would like Lyndon to share in detail more about our application process. And while he will go through all this process, I will also post the link for our application in the chat. If you want to save it, you can save it from here.
Yeah, so good afternoon. My name is Lyndon Wabus. I'm the Student Recruitment and Financial Aid Officer here at Oshki Wenjack Education Institution. I'm basically the first person that you would be meeting in terms of enrolling at Oshki Wenjack. So basically, I would go over the programs in terms of like what we have to offer here. So basically, what we're going to do here at Oshki Wenjack, we're going to go into the we're going to go into the Oshki website first. Go to oshki.ca. We're going to look for the early childhood education program. Once we get to that part, we're gonna fill in your application, like all your information. We're gonna need basically your full name, your community, where you come from, your band number. The one thing that we really need in terms of your registration is we need to know if you have your grade 12. The requirement for you to enroll into ECE, you would need your ENG4C or your ENG4U, your diploma. And there's other requirements, but we can worry about that later once you get into the program. But if you don't have your grade 12, this is where Aiden comes in. There's a mature student testing that we do offer here at Oshki. The other step would be doing the Canada or College application, which I would send to you guys. And there is no registration fee through Oshki Wenjack. So we're not going through your Ontario College's website to apply for your program there as well. And the third step would be we'll look for funding. Either it's through your First Nation or through the grant that was presented here through Ontario Grants. So now I'm going to let Aiden explain a little bit more in terms of what he does with the mature student testing.
Alrighty, I'll pull up the slide here.
Thank you.
So like I said, my name is Aiden Summerfield. I am recruitment support here at Oshki Wenjack, and also a certified proctor for our mature student tests. So like Lyndon said, if you don't have your grade 12 English credit out of high school, do not fear, as the mature student test serves as the equivalent for it. So in partnership with Canada College, we have full control over our mature student tests. That is not the same with other institutions. So if you believe you need a mature student test or you require one, you can contact us at the recruitment office and we'll set it up for you through the AccuPlacer. That's the online testing site that produces them. As you see on the screen, a 3-hour testing block is given, but it approximately takes 1 hour to complete. And this summer, has been actually the most mature student tests we've received at Oshki Wenjack across all of our programs, which is so encouraging to see as more people are coming back to school and getting their education that everyone deserves. So again, it's really easy. And yeah, so if you have any more questions, feel free to contact us. Our emails were on the slide before.
I would just add here that you can do this mature student test from your own computer. It is completely online. And if you need, you can also come here on our Thunder Bay campus where we would arrange a computer for you, and either Aiden or another certified proctor would accompany you and help you through the test. If you have any questions for us, please feel free to ask. And in the meanwhile, I will also post the link for Canada application, which is just 1-page application. So once you submit your Oshki admission application, please also send us our Canada application with that, along with your transcript. So all in all, it is just 3 documents that you need. First, Oshki application, Canada application, and your transcript. And we would set you up in the process of admission.
Thank you, Alpha. Thank you, Lyndon, and thank you, Aiden. So this is our chance now to ask any questions to Alpha or Jennifer or Aiden or Lyndon. And I see Cindy has a question. I'm going to just stop recording.
Hi,